drive for any team in sports. Perhaps it's our fascination with flight, the elegance and majesty with which they seemingly without effort glide through the air. Well, there will be plenty of effort in this one because when two birds get together and start clawing at each other, feathers are bound to fly. Welcome to Houston, Texas, and Rice Stadium, home to the Owls. As we'll see a squad from the American, the UTSA Roadrunners, taking on a conference rival from the American, the Rice Owls. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Well, you don't see this every day. They're lining up for an onside kick on the opening kickoff. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And man, oh man, what a gamble, right? To start the game, I guess they're trying to get this home crowd even more jacked up, get them in the football game, but it fails. They recover the onside kick. Now you're going to need this home crowd to get loud and play some defense with them.
Leaves it with the running back. Powers through the defender. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. In a good spot here with second and short. To the air, it's McCow. Throws to the tight end. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Roadrunners! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And the extra point was good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Going with the counter play here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up, and they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for loss.
He might want another play. Looking downfield, it's Jenkins. Buys a little extra time. From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. From the gun, the running back has it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
Now facing a third and long. Give to the running back. Didn't get nearly enough done on third down. He's brought down at the 31-yard line.
Facing fourth down.
Rice will try to move the chains on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. He's going to fire into the gut of the defense. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Back to pass, it's McCown. Fires to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Thomas. Breaks into the open. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
It's complete to the left. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
Pocket breaking down, and the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground and getting the football out. A little job by the defense getting nasty.
Looking to pass. It's Jenkins. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. To the ground, he's got it again. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Wants to throw. It's Jenkins. Dances away. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Jackson. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. I mean, again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
The Owls have their offense in high gear. Wants to throw on 1st down. And wings it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Looking to fire. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. Checks it down to the back. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Blue 22! Blue 22!
From the gun to give, looking for room.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Right back to the well. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
4th down and 13, and the offense is going to give it a shot. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Smashes through the tackle.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
UTSA takes over and the offense ready to hit the field. This time they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive, Reese. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like...
There he goes. The 20. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, UTSA.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. To the air, it's Jenkins. Looking down the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
And on first down, they're running out the field goal unit. He slides that just inside the right upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
Set to kick off.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
is complete. Oh, he's got some space. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. And the Owls, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Owls trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And tackled there by the defense.
Listen, I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I keep feeding this guy for sure.
Dropping back, it's Jenkins. Floating away. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's 3rd down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the 1st down on 3rd down.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Right on the money. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Rice rushes to the line. Was to pass. Looking to scramble. Lets it go to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on 1st down by this offense.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important. It's 3rd down, and if the quarterback just puts that in a better spot, his player can catch it and advance it and maybe get the 1st, but because he killed his receiver's momentum because of the poor throw, the defense was able to rally and make a stop.
A long way to go on 4th and goal. Dropping back, it's Jenkins. Looking to buy time. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Trying to get behind the defense. Makes the grab on the left side. Running free.
And, man, he had nobody around him. That has got to be embarrassing for this defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man on the right. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Going for 6. To the end zone and is picked off. Smashes ahead. Another broken tackle.
Well, everything was going so well for this team early here in this game, and now all of a sudden they get a critical mistake. And you know how college football, David, is about momentum. What is their defense going to be able to do here now when they take the field?
You're right, man. The momentum swings so fast, and now this defense's job is to go out and stop it, right? Like, we made a mistake. You huddle the guys up, sudden change. Be aware they might take a shot down the field, but let's grab the momentum right back.
Quick release by the QB. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. We've reached a break, and it's UTSA on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the 2nd quarter.
Ready? Right. Double, double. Ready? Ready?
To the air, it's Jenkins. Catch in the middle, it's Turner. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Turning it on! Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. The RPO is complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Quick release on the RPO. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. He'll take it himself. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the ball dribbles out of bounds, and they'll maintain possession, but that's about the only good news for the offense on that play. Rice will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Back to pass, it's McCown. That's reeled in, it's Wilson. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Reads it, fires complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great recognition by the defense on that pass play. They knew exactly who the quarterback was going to, and they got there quick.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Power football with the run. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And the pass interference penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. The Roadrunners will have it 1st and 10. Defense showing blitz here. Looking to throw, it's McCown. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Going right to work up top. He lets it fly. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll run it from the gun. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Might be calling a hot route. From the gun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle, it's Barnett. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
To the air on first down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Marking at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Wants to throw it. This one's complete. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31. And the Owls can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to throw, it's Jenkins. He's got an open man. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. The Owls didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Looking downfield on first down. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't couldn't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up 3rd down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Oh, they're after him. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
And the offense, man, he couldn't find anybody open. Like, somebody's got to create some separation, or what do? How about I throw a jump ball to one of my big receivers out wide that can go up and dunk on somebody's head and catch the football? Maybe find my big playmakers and try to force them the ball down here in the red zone.
Here we go on 4th and goal, ground to cover. Looking for a man, it's Jenkins. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Rice! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or...
And that is interception number 3 on the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And this guy's just never been able to get into a rhythm all game long, whether it's been because of pressure or the defense disguising their coverages. It just doesn't seem right. And as a result, he's now thrown 3 picks in this game.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback making adjustments. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. Here's the heat. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver Quarterback not on the same page. No dice. Turnover on downs.
UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. They'll leave it with the lone back. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. They'll stop him at the 37, and the defense comes up with a big pick.
Back-to-back possessions, 2 forced turnovers, 2 interceptions. Defenses are salivating. That gets you excited. I'm the next guy trying to make a big play. I'm bragging about it if I've already got 1 pick. But if I'm the other guys, I'm like, wait a minute. I got to get me one, too.
To the air, it's Jenkins. Forced out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. He steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together. And the Owls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. It's caught. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, the free safety's just sitting back there deep in cover 3. He's got zone. He's got middle field responsibility. Just watching the quarterback's eyes. He reads the throw, breaks on it. That's just too easy for him.
UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over. Move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They go to the ground. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Wants to go up top. Grab behind the line. It's Henry. Breaks into the open. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's McCown. Trying to beat the D deep. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Thomas. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. And the Roadrunners with the 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Henry. Gets it past the marker. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, UT San Antonio.
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown run.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and it was finished off by a terrific 26-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score.
Going for the big play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have no semblance of a passing game because they simply cannot establish a rhythm under center.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. On the run, fires downfield. Makes the catch. It's Turner. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Gets rid of it. Grab near the marker. It's Turner. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Line gets set. First down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Quickly out to the tight end. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Pressure coming. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the income.
Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. To throw, it's McCown. Fires left. Got a man, it's Wilson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Wide open downfield. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, Roadrunners. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And he tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Set to kick this one away.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the wideout. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Touchdown, UTSA! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
That makes the score UTSA 38, Rice 14.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Might be changing the route. Back to throw, it's Jenkins. There's the pressure. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The Owls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. He uncorks one deep. Snags it down the right side. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Makes the grab. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds and complete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, and time is running short. He's open on the right. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's been throwing bullets all over the field.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. The Roadrunners will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. It's like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense...
Open space in the middle. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long. A step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
We know this quarterback is dynamic with his running ability, and on the two-point attempt, they tried to use his legs to get it in, but the defense was there to stop him short.
From inside the 15, here's the return. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. UTSA takes over and the offense ready to hit the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Scanning the field, it's McCown. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Nice catch, just past the first down marker, so this drive stays alive. Nice job by the quarterback and receiver.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. Got his man downfield. Gives him the big stiff arm. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Well, these two have been absolutely unstoppable in this game, and it just feels like every time this guy drops back to throw, he's throwing it to one guy and one guy only. The defense cannot stop him. He has been a matchup nightmare all game long.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Back to pass on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Thomas. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Well, a field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on third and short in field goal range.
Touchdown, UT San Antonio. And the pummeling has started.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Oh, do you just hate to see it? Blew the extra point. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense.
Gonna take a shot. Snags it inside the 20. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You could see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. The give to the lone running back. Crosses the 35. Flying down the right side. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Roadrunners. And the stomping has commenced. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Jackson. back to the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Throwing on the run. Makes the grab on the right. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Jenkins. He'll take another shot here. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Rice. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
And he made the extra point without problem. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on.
There he goes. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. This play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking it.
Looking downfield, it's McCown. Unleashes it. Grabbed over the middle, it's Henry. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a
touchdown, UTSA! And the beatdown has ensued.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this, he's got it down the left side. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown Owls. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to get back in this ballgame.
And the extra point is good. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, 1 snap, put it in the end zone. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here with... Oh, he's got some space. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Roadrunners can really attack on this second and short. Look out, he's got room. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, short yardage situation, they decide to go with the toss play. And nice job up front, getting a little bit of push. That's all they needed to get that first.
They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. Dropping back, it's McCown. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got an open man. Flying down the left side. He's at the touchdown, UT San Antonio. And the punishment has been extended.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the points come in a lightning strike, a 70-yard touchdown pass. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
To the air, it's Jenkins. Fires to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. A strike downfield. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. Gonna look downfield again. Here comes the heat. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Rice. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Highland.
Looking downfield, it's McCown. Going over the top. He's got it along the sideline. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3/4 of a football game.
Makes the catch down the right side. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Rice rushes to the line.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Owls. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? In this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Spits it out to the back. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on 3rd down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Plucks it out of the air. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a 1st down. The Roadrunners have it with a 1st and 10. They'll test the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Back to pass, it's McCown. Throws to the wideout. Right through his hands. You just have to make that catch, and it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, and he looked like he had the opportunity to secure that, obviously open over the middle of the field. But you know how that works. Middle of the field, more defenders. Am I going to get whacked when I hit this thing? It makes those guys think a little bit. You see more drops over the middle of the field.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Wants to go up top. He's looking deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Got him downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down. Rice rushes to the line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to pass. It's Jenkins. Fires to the right. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Owl. And the comeback is on. Quick strike touchdown. Comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football. So much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Fires to the right. Makes a connection. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
On the run, it's Henry. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a 1st down.
Look at the big fella doing work in the secondary, the big tight end, catching the ball, and he's just shooing these little DBs away. Get off me.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Under fire. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, if I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there, if I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Offense gets set for second down. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw. It's Jenkins. Looking left. It's complete. Tackled there by the defense. And the Owls moving quickly to the line. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Rolling, throwing, looking right. What a catch and what a throw along the sideline. Just sings it in there. A little Barishnikov for the toe tap. They build their attack around those big plays, and they got one to give them a 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 18. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Owls. They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so, David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's McCown. Got his man quickly. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Roadrunners are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to get the first through the air. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Rice. The defense putting points on the board.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Wilson. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Maybe a double pass. Caught close to the marker. It's Henry. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
This is what can happen at times. You get the snowball effect. Everything going their way in the first half. Big lead going into halftime, but it's mistake after mistake on both sides of the ball. And that interception, David, compounds the problem.
And this defense has completely...
He'll take the deep shot. Grabs it up the 25 in stride. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. To the air, it's Jenkins. Fires on the move. Into the house. Touchdown, Owls!
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
Man, what an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver, and that's why this quarterback's had a day. Guys making plays all over the field.
He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking for a huge play. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up. 1 more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen.